So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mercury in the 10th house as your Atmakaraka, as in what happens when Mercury is in the 10th house while it rules the highest degree in your particular birth chart, meaning it's closest to the 30th degree point. I was about to say 60th degree point. I'm like, man, what kind of astrology is that? So, yes. So anyway, so planet that is closest to the 30th degree point becomes your Atmakaraka. But remember, we don't include Rahu, Ketu, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. And especially if you want to say Charon and you want to say, I don't know, X2 65002 and X5C 3008, meteor as part of your chart. No, nothing, just the basics, 7 bodies. And as always, if you do not know what is your Atmakaraka, because maybe you're not going to calculate it correctly in your particular site, so you can go to Astrology.com where you'll find my report on option 6 under shop section, or anything beyond that. We'll give you a report and you will see like which one is your Atmakaraka. Okay. It's called AK. And of course, I've uploaded March horoscope on Karis Vlogs under Magha Vedic Astrology Academy, which will also be at Karisastrology.com link under the Academy or just in the link below. So, Mercury in the 10th house, very interesting placement because, see, Mercury, according to many, many texts, is given the significance of the 10th house. Literally, a lot of planets have significance to the 10th house. Saturn, Sun, Mercury, okay? Mars, even some people say, is a significant of the 10th house because obviously it gets a directional strength in the 10th house. It gets exalted in the 10th house. But again, let's stick with how Mercury does actually matter in the 10th house. So I do feel that Saturn and Mercury are definite two significators of the 10th house. Okay. Sun is the significator of the 10th house as well, but it represents more of your governancy, more than the karma. Because see, the thing is, Mercury is what you're endorsing in this life, what you're developing in this life, the skills that you are developing, that you're here to learn. Okay. And in order for you to be successful at work, what do you need? You need development of skills. Okay. Like any profession, from astrology to being an athlete, to being an IT professional, software surgeon, thoracic heart surgeon, okay, AI, quantum computer engineer, skills are important. Without that, you don't have anything. You'll be a caveman. And actually, even cavemen had the skills to make fire. So you couldn't escape skills. And so the Atmakaraka, see, and remember, what is the Atmakaraka? Atmakaraka isn't that, okay, this is going to be like your easiest place in life that you deal with. No, it is actually the most toughest place in life you deal with Mercury as the Atmakaraka. Because here, you will have the hardest time honing your skills. One has to do repeated steps to learn things. You will be treated like a child in your work. When you go to work as the Atmakaraka, you will not be taken seriously in the beginning. You people will actually question your skills, question your knowledge, okay, question your authority. Because when you go into the world, okay, people see what's in the 10th house or the 10th lord. So when Mercury is sitting there, who's a child, people will look at you as like, okay, what does this kid want? While you are some CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, but the person's kind of like, what can you do for me? They'll be curious enough to talk to you because they are witnessing the fact that this young child is trying to like talk to me about this. Let's see what they got. Now, of course, if you have a bunch of other planets in the 10th house, then it's going to get mixed. Then you may not be even looked at as somebody who's a child or childlike. They will look at you as a mature individual. But if Mercury is alone as the Atmakaraka, one of your biggest lesson is to go through the hurdles of developing your skills and going through the hurdles of getting your message across. Because Mercury is a messenger, Mercury is communication, and Mercury is not the verbal communication. Mercury is the written communication. When you write, like emails, and you write on the hand, maybe even text messages too. I'm trying to figure that out. If text messages can be considered as writing. Because remember, with writing, your brain is understanding the movement of the finger. When you like create an L, let's say I spelled Leica, Leica, Leica camera. Your brain is registering something. This is why when you write, when you're taking notes, you remember that particular lecture. Versus if you're typing, nowadays people just use recording. It's the horrible, worst thing you can do for your own development. See, I see people in universities having like the recorder on and the AI is listening to the lecture and they're making their own notes for you. It's not going to do crap for you. Might as well save your education and don't get an education. Because you're not learning anything. You're just going there to pass a grade, to get a stupid, useless certificate. Okay? Just like cash is not backed by any monetary gold or any monetary substance, is nothing without its eccentric value. So when you do this, because I see a lot of people do this, it's useless because writing is what gives you that knowledge of understanding that coding issue, algorithm issue that you're learning at Stanford, or you're learning, coding in your computer class. Basic history, you're taking notes. You should be learning about your history. You should be learning about, where's the Pacific Ocean. The kids don't even know what Pacific and Atlantic Ocean is. Kids can't even answer the 7 wonders of the world. The new generation is as dumb as a rock. They are. Most are not. Hopefully most are not. Because what I'm seeing is just, my God, it's scary. And look, Mercury just took over me. Right? Mercury, I'm talking about Mercury, the Atmakaraka. And here I am talking about kids, education, and skills. Look how brain automatically, subconsciously took me there. So as the Atmakaraka, you will see one becomes error picker, but the thing is people will error pick you. People here to criticize you. You're gonna especially with the Atmakaraka Mercury, you're gonna get blamed in your profession. Check if you're a 45-year-old, 50-year-old person, please comment below. You were blamed in your career. The other thing with Atmakaraka Mercury, one of the biggest lessons that you will have to deal with is dealing with the emotional, psychological games of the mother-in-law. You're always going to be kind of like walking on eggshells with the mother-in-law. Why? Which is the sign? According to Kal Purusha Kundali, what is the sign in the 10th house? Capricorn. What is the symbolism of Capricorn? It is a crocodile. Sheep as well, you can say, because sheep is something that works continuously and does redundant, repetitive work like a worker. But it's a crocodile. Okay? And so here, what it shows, because 10th house is not just your bosses, it's your mother-in-law. Your mother-in-law takes the opportunity to grab you with her communication. Right when she'll see the chance. And especially her emotions in her words will always try to teach you certain lessons about humility. Okay. But she will error pick you in a very smart way where she will not directly say anything, but she will get that hint. Especially, it's extremely true with most all ascendant, but Aries will definitely feel it. Okay. But the thing is, the soul's here to learn the lessons of miscommunication, misinterpretation, criticism. Like one has to be criticized about their communication, about their writing, in order for it to be perfected. And this is why Atmakaraka Mercury individual, if they don't give up on what they're doing just because they're being criticized, they can become the number one thing in that thing, whatever they're doing. Okay. So those are the lessons. And especially because Mercury is in the third house. Oh, I'm sorry, not the third house, the 10th house. You are going to be responsible for your second child, especially a daughter, in terms of helping her with her career. As part of the Atmakaraka soul, either your younger sister or your second daughter. You're going to have to play a big role in their profession. You're going to have to give that, sacrifice in their life. Or sacrifice to their life, through their professional life. Like you will see with Mercury as the Atmakaraka, if the first daughter or first child loses their job or fails exam, you're okay with it. But with Mercury as the Atmakaraka in the 10th house, when the second daughter or younger sister fails, you feel that pain. You're going to see that. You're going to feel that pain. You're going to feel like, oh my God, I wish I could have helped you. I wish I could have been your boss. I would have never fired you. You're going to feel that. Okay. And of course, if you know Nandi Nadi, you will know why I'm saying that. And of course, you can take that course on Maga Vedic Astrology Academy. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is why Mercury in the 10th house is the Atmakaraka. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this type of videos. And you want to know everything about your Mercury, everything about Atmakaraka, go to karasastrology.com. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.